Hello everybody, it's me Brittany. I am back with a tutorial. We're going to be using two headscarves. These are the suede headscarves from Taji Wraps, Taji Wraps, and we're going to be using an Ankara fabric headscarf or head wrap from Heavenly Headwraps to pair everything with. So let's start with our I think it's called burnt orange on their website. This is one of their suede headscarves. I'm going to be using two of them. Both of these head wraps are super, super, super stretchy, which makes them incredibly easy to wrap, but it also makes it incredibly easy for you to wrap too tight, for you to pull it too tight around your head. So just a warning to be careful. Make sure you're not tying too tight as you're doing it. And I'm going to start with my burnt orange headscarf, and I'm folding it completely in half. So I want to keep the length, but I'm just going to bring my width down. And we're going to lay it across our head like this at an angle. You want your tails to be even or somewhat even, as even as possible. And we're just going to make a knot behind our heads. This is one of those styles where even though I don't care for making knots behind my heads, it is important, incredibly important, because of the way we're going to be tying and laying things across your head. It is incredibly important that you tie it in just a loose knot, nothing too tight, but you don't want it to slip. So that knot behind your head is going to be very important. See right here, I realized that I had it a little too tight, so I just put my finger in there and loosened the knot up just a bit. And now we're taking it's like this beautiful olive green color. I think it's called army green on their website. And it's also this is another suede headscarf. And I'm going to lay it at an angle as well, going in the opposite direction. And what you did to one scarf, you're going to do it to the other. So you want your tails to be as even as possible, but you also want to tie that knot behind your head. If you tie loosely, it will not be uncomfortable. You don't want it to be tight, but you do want it to be snug. You don't want anything to slip when you start to make your zigzag pattern. So the knot behind your head is very, very important. And here we go. I'm straightening things out as I go. And since I started with the orange, that's the one that I laid down first. That's what we're going to start with first as we bring it up around our head. So you want to bring it around on the same side that you, at the same angle that you first laid your orange down. So you're going to lose that green on that side, but it's going to peek through for the zigzag. And there we go. You see, we have it right there at that angle. And I'm going to bring this around and I'm just going to tuck it away. There we go, we're tucking. And now we're going to grab that army green and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to bring it around our head. And because I did a better job at folding this one in half than I did that burnt orange one, whenever it came time for me to bring it across around my head, it laid perfectly. And there we go. And you can see our zigzag forming right there. I was getting so excited. All right. Now we're going to go in with our orange. And this is why it's so important that you have the knot behind your head instead of just crisscrossing. Because whenever I brought it from one side to the other, had I just had it crisscrossed, it would have actually started to unravel behind my head. So this is one of the few styles where I believe that you tying it behind your head is incredibly important. And I've got some of the olive kind of sticking out there, but we're going to fix all of that with our fabric. And just as I brought the orange to one side, I'm going to have to bring the green to this side. Bring the green to the other side, which is why the knot is important. Eventually, I'm going to realize that what I'm doing is wrong. And I'm going to fix it. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. Hold on. Hold on. No, that's not right. That's not right. Other side. Yep. All the greens go on one side. I got it. So I brought my green back to the green side. And we're going to bring it around. And I'm just going to place it in the perfect place to keep that zigzag pattern going. There you go. Super easy. Super easy. And I think that it's actually easier when you're using two scarves of different colors for this, because you can tell which, the placement and what goes where. So now we've got our Ankara fabric from Heavenly Headwraps. This is one of their African print head wraps. And I'm bringing it down just at first just to kind of gauge how I want it folded. I fold it in the beginning just to, folding it is not important because you're going to tuck everything away. So you don't have to fold it, but it makes it easier while I'm wrapping. So I fold it at the top just so I don't have any extra fabric and I can see better while I'm wrapping my head. But in the end, I'm going to undo all of that fabric that I did fold in, and I'm going to end up going right back and tucking it away in a different way. So I'll show you it. I'm explaining it. It sounds so complicated, but it really isn't. I only folded it to get that extra material out of my way. So we're bringing it from the back of our head up to the front. And as you wrap, you want to make sure that you expose all of that beautiful work that you just did. That zigzag pattern, you do want to see that. You don't want any of that covered. So we're going to bring all of this out and see now I'm undoing that, the fabric that I tucked in. And we're just bringing our tails back around and we're going to tuck them onto either side like so. We're going to grab the rest of that fabric. I call it a bang because it just kind of hangs there. And we're just going to tuck it on in to the rest of the fabric. Pull it out and tuck it in. Super easy. And I'm going to go back and I'm just going to kind of fix there we go, right there. That part right there of my zigzag. There we go. Y'all, this is the look. Super easy. So let me know if you try this. And thank you guys so much. Bye-bye.